Hi people, it's Martin here. Apologies first if this video is going to be a bit all over the place. Maybe I slightly am. As you can see, this room is still an absolute mess. It's supposed to have vinyl scavenger written there and it's lit up, but you can't see it. I do have though here on this side my mini disc player, which I've got up and running, and yeah, it sounds great. It sounds really good, and I don't think I've ever shown my collection of pre-recorded mini discs. So, well, I did. I did on Ian's of a UK VC live stream last week. So let's just run through them. There's 6, and that's it. That's all I've ever found, to be honest with you. I remember at the time they were like, in fact, I think, well, 3 of these were on Sony, who obviously brought them out. But anyway, yeah. So firstly, a fresh strawberry. This is Lightning Seeds Jollification. They play Glastonbury. I didn't see it. I saw, I think, only Guns N' Roses at Glastonbury on the TV, and I was told to that it sounded terrible and turn it off or turn it down at least. So I think I agreed in the end and did. So there's Lightning Seeds. Apparently they were quite good live. Yeah, Ian Brody. Here, if I said to you August for 26th, a Tuesday, what would you think? Oasis, difficult third album. I just tried to remember, did it actually come out on a Tuesday, or what is the relevance of that? Is that somebody's death, or is it to do with the Rolls Royce and swimming pool? Not sure really. Anyway, that's number 2. Number 3, an album I have never played. I can do now, there's no excuses. Super Furry Animals and Radiator. Radiator over there, a real radiator. Moby, Play. Samples, loops. Great album. Obviously, yeah, a lot of tracks on here. I don't know whether this was a double album or not, or whether they were just quite like short tracks. Obviously, you've got your records with your however many minutes it is on each side, 22-ish max. CDs went up to 74-ish, I suppose, and by the time you got into mini discs, I'm not sure. I think they're about the same as CDs, actually, same sort of playtime. Anyway, playtime. So that's Moby. Manic Street Preachers, Generation Terrorists. That is a double album, definitely, and there it is. And excuse me. Lastly, The Clash singles. This is the later compilation after the double volume 1 that they did. This is from late 90s, 99. Yeah, 99. So that's my mini disc collection. I can play. I've got a few other ones that compilations I did years and years ago. This has been sitting there for 15 years on my old bedroom floor, and yeah, it's a, so for those that are interested, it's a Sony what is it, MDS JE 480. So I have my record cleaning machine over here that has been fixed as well. I think I was tightening it up too much or something, and some screw got a screw loose. So this is a video for July 2023. Start of July now, aren't we? Yeah, some various findings. Now, I don't want to sort of like say this will ever become a selling channel. This is just a channel for showing what I've bought and found, and then if I sell it, it will be on eBay. If I've enjoyed something and listened to it, I will show it. Anything else, just music related mostly. So let's, without further ado, nearly 5 minutes in, let's make a start, shall we? Okay, so here's something I found, and I looked it up, and it seemed to be worth something. It's some sort of like Polish easy listening, light entertainment kind of 1970s thing. if you're dressed like that. I suppose it must be really. Terrible glasses, lovely hair. I will try and sell that and see what happens. I've cleaned it. It came up lovely. Now to New Zealand, and an album that appeared to be quite collectible. So this is Maori music, but actually it's by or it has director of whatever this is about, the Reverend Canon Wee T Tau Huata. The first one I played, it was a hymn. I can't even remember which one it was now, but one of your top five, known worldwide hymns, and some of the other ones were as well. So I'm guessing it's sort of a blended mixture of faiths or whatever. But it appeared to be worth something, so I picked it up. But actually, it sounded all right. So now, as you know, like there's a lot of library music out there, and a lot of it is awful. And this appeared to be one, but it appeared to be worth something. Now, I think Anne Dudley tied up with a lot of 80s BBC TV shows. Possibly she was in Radio Phonic Workshop, I'm not sure. This is an album called Soundstage 11 New Directions. Let's see what we can do with that. And this is band or poetry that didn't go down well in Russia, in communist Russia at the time. This is on a where it says made in Israel. I don't know what the label is. It's Arton, but it says made in Israel anyway. So I do recognise one of these guys from another record that I've got on Melodia. Yeah, these records were made from tapes that have been smuggled out of the USSR. They have been taped in the space of many years. Sometimes the machinery was faulty and the taping has been done under difficult conditions. Therefore, the publishers beg to be excused for some light faults in the quality of the sound of some of the songs. Discogs was saying that this was collectible, so I picked it up. Yeah. So that's that. Got a few singles here, random singles. Got a flexi disc there for keeping fit. There we go, bit of ASMR there for you. Got a couple of singles from Syria or Lebanon, I think. Rather pretty label there. Don't think this is particularly rare, but thought I'd give it a go. As you can see, they were filthy. I've cleaned them a little bit, but that was one. This was another one. Ferruz. We'll give those a go. I don't know what they're like. So, let's just keep talking about records and keep showing them, shall we? And then, yeah, I'm not trying to reinvent this channel or anything. It's just this is how things are going at the moment. This is I think possibly got a drum break on it, or it's got something. Maybe DJ somebody or other sampled it. I can't quite remember, but that's Play School. So if you remember, this was Humpty Dumpty. Hamble was the doll. That's Jemima, and then there was the rather unimaginatively named Big Ted and Little Ted. So that's that. You've got your Brian Cant, yeah. Now Dame. Oh no, she's not on here, is she? Or maybe she's not. The lady that got knighthood and ended up in the House of Lords. Floella Benjamin. Well, maybe she's not on here. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, right. So that's that. Onwards. Just too late for my new Spanish Plunderphonics release. Get by in Spanish with a nice big lyric sheet. Going back to Russia again now. This is Hugophone. Nice representation there of all different countries. And inside I have Hugo's Language Institute in Southampton Place, London. WC1. So I have two in Russian dialogue cards there. So if anybody wants a spare one, a comrade. The English one There is nothing that exciting about the conversations here that they are having. First one is about going on holiday. Second one, a travel agency. Nothing about red squirrels or meeting people in parks and exchanging valuable papers or double agents. Kim Philby, no. It's one about somebody broke a leg, I think, on a skiing holiday. So, you know, that's what you talk about when you go to Russia, obviously, isn't it? What used to be. Onwards and upwards, found this Leonard Bernstein's Mass with a booklet, and I know nothing about this. It was described as being a bit rocky, so I thought I'd give it a go for a quid. I knew this wasn't the Screaming Trees that I thought it would be, but I bought it anyway for £1. It's a dance track. Right, something I've been listening to. So all the busyness of life and just stuff. I cleaned these two records. They are Alfred Brendel playing the piano. Now, I'm not really usually one for a solo piano. So there's the guy there. I guess he must be German, I'm not sure. But this previously I would not have liked. If it would have been on like Radio 3, I probably would have turned it over. But they have really beautifully recorded albums. Me not being an expert, just saying that because I know this guy is a name. And Schubert. So I listened to some of these, not all of them, but they're really nice albums, and I think they're going in my keep pile. So I've very much been enjoying. Who have I been enjoying lately, video-wise? Dale with his Gatefold 33 ins and outs and culling. I've been enjoying that. Cinnamon Pony Up. This is some sort of weird mid 2000s sort of sample all over the place sort of album. Difficult to pigeonhole, to be honest with you. As well as you can see the cover. I'm not sure whether they're sort of like Japanese female singers. Judging by the names, possibly. Oh, Fred Frith on bass. I've heard of him. Fred Frith. That is a name, isn't it? Oh, but he's only on one track, so hardly worth mentioning, really. Now, hello to Jacob. I have some and Titus. I have some country records here that I found. They were £1 each. Yeah. I think I'm starting to pick up on this. And Headley, another fat bearded man talking about records. I remembered he'd mentioned this label. Stetson was like a reissue album. There's a barcode here, so it must be a reissue. Originally Stereo 1965, the Osborne Brothers. So this is very close, I suppose, to this one, Louvin Brothers. Great, like, harmonics on both of them, as there is on some other brothers whose names I can't remember, who I don't think I've got in this pile, actually. No. Okay, I haven't. Undecided about this one. I do not know the Thill. I grabbed it and thought, oh, is that the Long Riders Ryders? Sid Griffin? Long Riders? But no, it's a film and the music's by Ry Cooder. I don't know. These are all from the same place, they're all £1. This is a school in Huddersfield or Leeds on a Look Records label, of which there was a few. This is Jewish music or Hebrew music. Grabbed it for £1. Back to country music again. This is a really nice sounding album. They're all more modern pop songs, covers. I've got the Harley Davidsons there on the front. Some guy called Nat Stuckey. Most of those songs you would know. Quite nice interpretations of them, to be honest. Roy Acuff. Yeah, that's Roy there. Very well turned out there in his double-breasted jacket, and he's got his This thing round his neck. I don't know what that's called. Necktie. We've got the first recordings of Hank Williams. Got another guy coming up soon that died quite young. This is something Greek, and I just grabbed it because it looked interesting. Possibly more modern classical music. I'll try and get this down to 20 minutes and then just move on. Helen Gurley Brown, Sex and a Single Girl. Maybe worth reselling. I don't know. I've no idea what that is. This is a Yorkshire policeman talking about some amusing stories. Tim is his name. Lovely house there. Lovely when people used to wear all that sort of brown get up in the 1970s. Yeah, a policeman with some amusing stories on BBC Radio Leeds, I believe. Yeah. Oh, he was broadcasting to hospital patients in Wakefield. They couldn't get away then, could they? Right, somebody that died young here. There was a whole load of rockabilly, psychobilly albums, and most of them, as you would expect were completely mashed. This one wasn't, so I grabbed it for a couple of quid. I've heard the name. I occasionally listen to a rock and roll, rockabilly kind of show on local BBC radio. It's on a Saturday at 6. I think it maybe goes across the regions anyway. Debut album, not original, on Charlie, but with the Sun label. Carl Perkins. Nice cover there. A couple of quid. Now, we're about to enter some dangerous territory here. The somewhat northern racist comedian Bernard Manning. Yeah, what can we say about him? Well, look, he's got his amusing number plates there because he's a laugh, isn't he? Yeah. We'll see what that's like, if there's anything I can sample. Tommy Collins. Don't know. It's on Stetson as well. Originally 1957. I think this was his debut when I looked it up. Fifth Dimension. Nice cover. Maybe not such generally an interesting band, really. Sort of. Yeah, they're sort of not really psych, are they? Fifth Dimension. They're sort of a bit square, really. This is Cowboy's Breakfast. It's English and it's on this Look album again from 1981. Brothers Johnson, 12-inch. It's got Strawberry Letter 23 on it, I think. Yeah. Don't know if I'll keep that. Don't think I'll keep this. This is some terrible BBC comedy from the 80s, maybe. Then we've got another. This is just like, yeah, let's see what that is like. How shocked am I going to be? Am I going to be like a snowflake and am I going to just melt on the pavement listening to this? And we've got quite a scary, more traditional lady here. Barbara Woodhouse with her doggy woggies. Yeah. Sit. Stand. Yeah. Walk to heel on and off the lead. Choke chain. Yeah. If this album was done now, there would be something about picking up dog poo, wouldn't there? And not leaving it around. I'm sure she hasn't mentioned that at all. Dirty dog poos on the pavement. Ah, Floella and Brian there. And again, Play Away. And I'm losing interest here a bit, aren't I? A sound effects album. And some classical music in the style of Philadelphia Soul on Transatlantic, actually. Believe it or not, a little bit of cleavage showing there, a little bit too much for a daytime show. Thought I'd try this one again. Don't want to overdo it on the pan pipes, but I think this is a bit more classy than your general pan pipes. Yeah, TV show, obviously. BBC. Probably get rid of that. That's not very interesting. Lassie. Pardon My Blooper, a collaboration between someone in America and the UK. Don't know how they got on together, but yeah, these sort of things can be interesting. I'm not even going to show that. That's a terrible compilation. And then finishing off with Frankie Howard. Oh, yeah, that's Frankie. Do you remember him? Yeah. Unfortunately, this is a live studio audience. It's not like, you know, it's... Yeah. Says that it's written by David Nobbs, who did Life and Time of Reginald Perrin, didn't he? So I think I'll leave it at that. Yeah, let's see how we get on with the rest of the month, rest of July. I hope you're all okay and you know, happy or at least content. Yeah, I'm doing Windsor Record Fair week after next. I think it's Sunday the 16th. So if anyone was around in Windsor and they want to come and say hello, might see you there. Okay, I'll post this morning, Monday morning, when you're probably all at work. Okay, toodaloo, bye.